Many of you are familiar with the YMCA Youth Government and Legislature program. If you come back to visit the House and Senate chambers after we sine die, you will often see them in seats on the floor of these chambers, the legislature, conducting business every bit as important as the work that we all do, and with every bit as much seriousness and integrity. And it's a fantastic program. It's been in existence for 72 years. And today we get to continue a tradition of having the youth governor address the Washington State Senate. So with no further ado, please join me in welcoming Ms. Gabby Alvarez, the 72nd YMCA Youth Governor, to the podium.
Thank you for inviting me to speak today. I am honored to stand before you and share my journey of becoming an advocate for student civic engagement. Youth Civics Day is more than a single day. It is a continuous campaign of students becoming leaders in their community and a voice for issues that affect them. Each generation must learn the importance of being involved in their government, for we are all members in our democracy. 18 years ago, my birth parents wrapped me in a black leather jacket, placed me in a box on the streets of southern China, and disappeared into the shadows of the city. I was left orphaned and alone, a nameless girl in a country where they have no voice. But instead of being confined to an orphanage, I, like many people before me, made a journey across the ocean to a new life in America, a new home, a family, and a new name. I stand before you now as a citizen in the greatest country in the world, where I have a right to participate in my government without fear, without apprehension, and without persecution. A letter from the White House that accompanied my United States Certificate of Citizenship says, "Americans are united across the generations by grand and enduring ideals. The grandest of these ideals is an unfolding promise that everyone belongs, that everyone deserves a chance, and that no insignificant person was ever born." As you begin to participate in our democracy, remember that what you do is as important as anything the government does. Welcome to the joy, responsibility, and freedom of American citizenship. I have learned to participate and to take an interest in my government because of programs like YMCA Youth and Government. This program empowers young people by teaching us the joy and responsibility we have in becoming involved in our government. The first words in the Constitution are "we the people," and that "we" includes us as students. Every week during the school year, 8th graders through high school meet with a local delegation to write and propose bills and prepare for session. The experience concludes in May with a trip to our capital, where we replicate our state government. During those 4 days, we are not sophomores or juniors, but our senators, representatives, attorney general, secretary of state, and most importantly, we are leaders. In 2017, I was in this chamber as Youth Senator Alvarez. It was sitting at Senator Hawkins' desk, looking up at this rostrum, that I realized the amazing opportunity that youth and government offers. I know that the rest of my fellow youth senators felt the same way. For just being able to debate in this chamber filled us with awe. For many delegates, it isn't until they walk the halls of our state capitol and sit on the floor of the House and Senate that they fully understand the ownership they have in their government. 5 years ago, when I joined the program, I was an extremely shy and introverted person. Whether it was because I only heard Chinese when I was a baby, or the many untreated ear infections I had when I was in the orphanage, fate would have it that I would struggle with a speech impediment. I have been mocked by kids and adults, told that I sound weird and that I really should get myself fixed, as if I was a broken toy that was useless because I couldn't pronounce my R's. When you fail to be understood, it is easier to stand in the corner than speak up and risk being made fun of. However, my parents knew that I would never grow if I sat in a corner and refused to speak up. So in the 8th grade, they enrolled me into the YMCA Youth and Government program. On my first meeting, I had to debate ice cream versus popsicles, and when I spoke, the most amazing thing happened. No one laughed or snickered, and their friendly nods and smiles motivated me to keep going and finish my thoughts. The YMCA advisors constantly encouraged my efforts at public speaking, and I found that the more I spoke out, the braver I became. Slowly, I began to realize that I indeed had a voice, and I could use it to encourage others. Today, I have gone from being a shy and timid 8th grader in the program to being elected Youth Governor for the 72nd session of the YMCA Youth Legislature. I have had the privilege of representing our state in Washington, D.C., where I spoke to members of Congress at the Capitol. I also made lasting friendships with other YMCA youth governors at our national conference. But even more than that, I have had the incredible opportunity to speak to other teenagers across our state, encouraging them to become involved in this program and their government. A democracy cannot exist without its citizens choosing to step up and be informed and be engaged. I hope to not only inspire others, but also let them know that we as students can make a difference in our communities and our government. This is our future, this is our voice, and it is our America. Thank you, and God bless the great state of Washington.
Great job. Awesome. Awesome. Congratulations. You did a great job. I hope you guys were taking notes on how to give a speech. That was unbelievable. Thank you. Thank you to Governor Alvarez. Thank you to the YMCA Youth and Government Program for doing this tremendous public service to our state. And the Senate continues to be committed to being a partner in expanding these kinds of opportunities. It's really quite remarkable.